Hello, I'm going to do a very quick, I always say very quick and it turns out very long, but I'm going to do a quick demonstration slash product review on these Artist Loft gouache paints. I bought these at Michael's with the recommendation from a fellow calligrapher. To try them out. I've never actually heard of gouache until recently. And it seems like there's not that many brands out there in the stores for gouache. I did find Winston and Newton and some other ones. But there weren't that many colors, just the basic colors, primary colors. But this was literally $5, all of this. And I bought it at Michael's. So I'm going to try to show you how to use these. So I have my little thing of water, and I'm going to use a pipette to just get some water. And you can use an eyedropper or whatever. And I'm going to just put it here. It has a little bit of red from last time, but that's okay. Let's remove something. My desk is a little bit messy, but you know what? That's okay. It's fine. So gouache is kind of like, in my opinion, the middle of acrylic and watercolor. So it works like an acrylic, but it feels like a watercolor, if that makes any sense. It makes sense to me, but I'm going to just get some parchment paper here. But I got a little bit of water. Of course, it's got a little bit of specks in it, but that's okay. It seems like I'm disorganized. I don't know why. So color-wise, I will just pick. Let's just do red. Or no, let's just do. We'll do green because it's Christmas time. So I'm just going to put a little bit of green over here. Just one little dot for now. And the thing about gouache is when it dries, all you have to do is add a little bit of gum arabic, which is here, just a little bit, and then it's like as if you made it that day. This is actually a little bit expensive, but you know me, I'm the frugal one, and I use my 50% coupon for with Michael's, and usually this is like a $15 bottle. I don't know why it's why it's so much, but anyway, $7 for me. But you can use this if your paint has dried. Or if you got too much and you just can't, I probably put too much water, but that's okay. If it seems like it's too much, I'm going to actually add a little bit more paint, just a little bit. And like I said, if it dries, I won't use all of this, probably not. I'm doing Christmas cards, or finishing off Christmas cards. And so I'm going to use green today. So I'm going to mix it up really good as best as I can. And then I'm going to put this over here, over to my left. So I'm just going to do that. Then I'm going to, I always have scratch paper around in case I have any drips. This is scratch paper. And I'm going to paint my nib. Of course, yeah, it's a Leonard nib. You can see by the, it's kind of dirty. Yeah, that's embarrassing. But, you know, I used it last night. Just paint a little bit on there and then put it here. And I probably had too much, but it's okay. You should always have a little rag near you to wipe off the excess, but we'll see how this looks, and then we'll, so just, wow, I'm really disorganized today. What? Oh, I was looking for my, I'll get better at this. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll get better at this. So I have my light board, but I'm not turning on the light board, because I don't need to. And I usually tape this down so that, you know, I can see the lines. But right now I'm just, you know, showing you the gouache, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to do a few letters. And looks like I need more, to wake up the ink, I guess, or the paint. Oh. Wow, not doing very good with this nib. Let me go get another nib. I'm sorry. So I hope everybody had a good week. I had a very busy week. Oh my goodness, it was so busy. The place where I work, we had so many people. So many. And, I'm going to try this nib. I have a lot of old nibs. And when I say old, I mean some of them are older than me. I did obtain some nibs a few months ago, maybe a year ago, from a lady that had tried calligraphy when she was a teenager, and that was in the 60s. So she brought me her set, and she said, you know, whatever you think it's worth, you know, just if you can pay me whatever you think it's worth. And I didn't know what to, you know, ask for, because the nibs were from the 60s. But they're the same nibs as today. So let's try this again. I'm just going to start here. Oh, this doesn't do the same thing. Okay, no, it didn't. Okay. Just going to do an A. And look, it feels so good. I wish you can... I don't know how to explain it. It's just... I'm glad somebody from the guild, I think Pamela, told me about gouache for the first time. I don't think I'd ever heard of it. So I said, well, instead of buying, well, I went online and they, you know, people were like, oh, don't buy the cheap kind, buy the good quality gouache. You know, it's more vibrant and you'll like it better. Well, for now, since I'm on a budget, I'm okay with $5 gouache. Now maybe if I'm rich one day, which I'm not worried about, and I probably will never be, but that's okay. I probably will, if I had a wish and I had the money to just buy whatever gouache I want, I would probably buy Winston & Newton. Oh, I did not do that. That was horrible. This D is horrible. Don't mind me. But anyway, as you can see, what I was saying is, I would probably buy Winston & Newton gouache. They do have a set at Michael's, and it's like $54, which is a lot of money. But I'm assuming it's a really good... I know Winston & Newton is good, but for $54, and there's only like, I think 5 tubes, that's a lot of money for me. I'm not doing very good right now, but the purpose of the video is just to show you, you know, you can use, this is another medium that you can use in your toolbox, you know, quote unquote toolbox. I actually do have a toolbox that has calligraphy stuff in it, but what I mean is, you know, if you don't feel like using, wow, I'm just having a hard time today. You'll have to excuse my messiness. If you don't know what to use one day and you're like, oh, I don't want to use watercolor and I don't want to use actual calligraphy ink, and you just want something else to use, you can try these gouache from you know, Michael's or any other place. But that's my demonstration. As I don't know if you can see, but it's I like it. It goes on really thick, and like I said, if you wet too much of it, you can still use it later on. Just put the gum Arabic in it, stir it up a little bit, and there we go. Thank you.